All right. So these say to find, I'm only going to do one of these because they're so long. Find a plus b, a minus b, 3a, 2a minus 3b. So we're doing 4 separate problems here. Okay, A is the matrix -1, 0, 2, 4, 1, -1, and 2, 0, 1. B is 2, 1, 0, -1, 0, 2, 4, -3, -1. All right, so in adding, what do we do? Yep. So -1 plus 2 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 2 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus -1 is 3. 1 plus 0 is 1. -1 plus 2 is 1. 2 plus 4 is 6. 0 plus -3 is -3. And 1 plus -1 is 0. Oh, crooked. Okay, I'm not going to rewrite these since it's the exact same one. So a minus b, okay, just remember that now, here, look, I'll do it this way. Now we're going to do a negative sign here. And so I'm going to get my new matrix for the -1. So -1 minus 2 is -3. 0 minus 1 is -1. 2 minus 0 is 2. Bless you. 4 minus a -1 is 4 plus 1, which is 5. 1 minus 0 is 1. -1 minus 2 is -3. 2 minus 4 is -2. 0 minus -3 is +3. And 1 minus -1 is +2.
See, I like adding and subtracting matrices because I can read it really fast. I don't know why. It's just easier. But I don't like it multiplying them all each other.
All right, 3a is, yeah, 3 times all of this. I don't really care if you write them out every time. I just am in the notes just so that we have something to look at. But ultimately, I don't care if you do it or not. All right, 3 times -1 is -3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times -1 is -3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. And you're done with that one. Are we good with these, or do we need to see the 2a minus 3b?
It's just going to be taking
Yeah, you just multiply.
bottom,
By 2.
Yeah.
By 3 and subtract
No, I'm good.
Yeah, just you have to make sure you do it in order. You just got to make sure you group this stuff and do that and then subtract. Don't do 2a and then subtract b and then try to multiply. Like, don't do that. Just make sure you follow normal orders of operations when you do them.
Oh, I'm sure Brandon will tell you, but he's really excited. He's going to start working at nursing.
Nice.
He's good. All the excited up there.
Good job.
All right, let's see.
Always hiring a checkpoint. You never stop hiring at Chick-fil-A. You've got 3 new people that came in and just hired Saturday.
Briggs is always hiring.
Don't work in the place Baker works at, though. Don't work at Chick-fil-A mall.
All right, use the definition of matrix multiplication to find A times B and B times A. A is going to be 1, -4, 2, 6. B is 5, 1, -2, -3. If they're anything bigger than like a 2 by 2, I'll let you do them on your calculator, but you do need to show that you've checked to make sure that that's actually something you can do. Okay, so remember you have m times n and then something that's like n times r. If these two numbers are not the same, okay, the order that you're multiplying them, okay, you can't do it. So as long as these are the same, we're good, we can do it. But then let's say we were to reverse this and do, so let's say this is A times B. When we do B times A, this is n times r, and then m times n. R and m don't match, so that's not possible. Okay. So to check with A and B, okay, this is a 2 by 2 and this is a 2 by 2. These are the same, so I can do it. Okay, and if I reversed it, because they're both 2 by 2s, it's still going to work. Okay. So A times B is going to be 1, -4, 2, 6 times 5, 1, -2, -3. Okay, remember you will have to show this step out by hand, okay, to prove to me that you know how to do it and that you didn't just stick it in a calculator. So I'm going to let everybody get that before I go any farther. Everybody good? All right. It's going to be this row times this column added together. So it's going to be 1 times 5 plus -4 times -2. And that's going to be position 1. Okay. Now I am still row 1, but now column 2. Actually, maybe I should do these in colors. We'll switch this one to green now. So this is going to be 1 times 1 plus -4 times -3. Here, I'm going to switch this other one to yellow so that, oops, it follows. Now I'm going to do row 2, column 1, 2 times 5 plus 6 times -2. And then row 2, column 2, 2 times 1 plus 6 times -3. And then we just need to simplify it. So 5 plus 8 is 13. 1 plus 12 is 13. 10 minus 12 is -2. And 2 minus 18 is -16. All right, I want you guys to try on your own really quick, B times A, because I hope you remember these generally from last year. So we'll see how you do with this. And if you need to use colors or anything like that, you can to help. All right, do we have an answer? What did we get?
I got 7, negative 14, and then negative 10.
Yeah, I got negative 8. But yeah. So first row times first column, okay, the things being added together. First row, second column, and then coming down. Okay, so something just to recognize a pattern, okay, notice that the 5s on the same row, give me a second. The 5, like in the same row, the first term is always the same. Okay, so like the 5 and 5, okay, negative 2, okay. But then with the column, they stack on top of each other the things that match. Okay, so that's another way to kind of make sure you have everything in the right place there. All right, so we're going to do one more, and then I'll give you a couple that you can just start looking at, and then you'll have more added tomorrow when we hopefully wrap up the section. All right, 22. Still multiplying, okay, A is equal to negative 2, 3, 0, 1, negative 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, and B is 4, negative 1, 2, 0, 2, 3, negative 1, 3, negative 1. So you need to find A times B, and then you need to find B times A, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to plug A and B into our calculator. So remember, oh, you're not going to be able to see my calculator, but under or above the x raised to the negative 1 on the left side of your calculator is the word matrix. So you hit second and then that button, and that'll bring up your matrix options. You're going to go to edit, and you're going to change the matrix, okay, how many or what the dimensions are. So in this case, it's a 3 by 3. And then you're going to fill in the numbers for A, so -2, 3, 0, 1, -2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and I would always look back and make sure you have them typed in correctly, because you would be really annoyed if that was what caused you to get something wrong. Okay, speaking from experience here. So make sure you check them. Then you have to hit second quit, and then you'll have to hit the second and then the matrix again and go over. And in B, it's also a 3 by 3. Okay, and then type in those numbers.
You go to the second matrix and hit edit.
Hello.
I'm scared I'm gonna walk into the wrong place.
Thank you.
You're both late this morning. My car wouldn't start.
Take my dad to this.
My car just gave me.
All right, once you have those two typed in, you're going to hit second and then matrix, and then you're going to hit just enter for A, and then second matrix, and you want matrix B. So your calculator should look something like this once you have it typed in. Okay, and then you're just going to hit enter. And assuming the dimensions line up, okay, if you had something that the dimensions don't work for when you try to do it, it's going to tell you there's a domain error or can't do it, not possible, something like that. Okay, and that's your clue that, hey, this didn't work. Okay, so in this case, when you do this, you should get -8, 8, 5, 0, 7, -8, 11, 4, 11. And then you can flip it to do B times A. And in that case, you should get -3, 18, -2, 11, 2, 11, 2, -11, 11. Wow, there's a lot of 11s in that one.
I don't think that's fair. I think that A, B should be the same as B, A. Because you're more.
All right, so remember, if it's like a 2 by 2 or something like that, I'm going to expect you to do it by hand. Anything bigger than that, I will let you do with your calculator, okay, just for the sake of time and all of that.
No.
So you go to second matrix, that is.
Like I said,
And then you put in the number of rows and columns, and then you type in your numbers.
I couldn't see that happening. I figured I might as well think somebody it's a good thing. What are some real-
All right, so up to this point, okay, again, we're not quite done, but up to this point, we have done stuff so that you can do, let's see, 1, 6, just to not make this obnoxious, 11,
What did we originally have?
17. Okay, with 17, you need to do this by hand. It's a multiplying problem. Okay, and then
Do we have anything?
19 and 21 you can do with your calculator.
Still something more?
This is point 2.
Oh, I should write that down.
Okay, 1, 6, and 11 should also be something that's done by hand, but 19 and 21 you can do with a calculator. Okay, and obviously I do expect some work to be shown. That's how I'll know that you're not just using your calculator for everything.